So this is a question for Eileen, but it's actually kind of a big question. So, Eileen, if you want to start answering, then maybe we can ask everyone else. But this is for the members of the audience who aren't necessarily science tech backgrounds, and you guys talked about this a little bit previously, but I was just wondering if we could hear from you for the people who maybe have had an internship in economics and then found out that they love economics, but that they'd like to get into the energy and sustainability field from an angle of econ, for example, but haven't necessarily had the experience in their college experience with like an energy club or something like that. They're just very interested in it and would like to get involved or get a job working at an energy firm. From that kind of an angle, how would you recommend someone from a non-science background without the previous experience in energy and sustainability necessarily, who has a vested interest to kind of go about that? And then I guess for Sam and Ritu to follow up on that, do you see people who are in environmental policy and economics and other not hard science majors that you get to work with in your companies? Is there a place for people who study that amongst teams of engineers at startup companies or even at Invenergy? So I guess, yeah, kind of a big question, but
That is. Before I get to you, I will answer another idea for, I think everyone keeps asking what are resources out there. If you guys do find a company you like, but maybe there's not a job yet for you there, if they have a job alert option during on their career page, you can post your profile, kind of fill in what your background is and what kind of job you're looking for, and click alert. And when they do post a job, it would then send you the note saying, "Hey, your job background fits XYZ." I was on a webinar this morning, and they were saying that that has become one of the biggest waves of how people are finding jobs is by being alerted, or having a Google alert set to certain companies with job or application or new hire stuff on it. It's always good too. Answer your question, Casey. Um, I'll tell you more of a story. So one of the best, this Ritu's going to go back and tell everyone who the best employee is at our company, but I would say probably one of the biggest standout employees at our company, who is a critical piece in closing our Series D funding, actually got the job because he went to a conference and pretty much wooed our CEO. He doesn't have a science background. He actually is, I think he has some econ, but I think he was a big finance person. But he believed in what sustainability. Oh, I'm like, oh my God, this is creepy. um, so yeah, so he doesn't have a background in it, but there are jobs. I mean, sometimes companies just don't even know what they need until it's right there in front of them. So he just approached her, kept emailing her, kept following up with her on random stuff, and the next thing you know, they kind of created a job, and then he relocated him from North Carolina all the way to Chicago. So I mean, things like that do happen. It does take time. I think as as you were saying before, that just the slow building of a relationship, building rapport is really great over time because that stuff can happen. And I will echo what you said too, that it doesn't all have to be at once. That delay is not denial. Sometimes you just need to really wait and gain the experience to get into those type of companies. But yeah, definitely networking is probably the best way for someone like that to really showcase their abilities. And yeah, sometimes you just meet the right person and they will create jobs. I know we're looking at doing it for someone else too, who's honestly just an intern right now, but we really like them. So
Yeah, I think there are a lot of non-engineers and uh, I guess STEM is the word that we're using today. Uh, People at Invenergy doing development, so negotiating land deals with landowners throughout the country, and legal reviewing real estate documents, reviewing contracts, in government affairs, you know, keeping on top of how policy is changing. So engineers make up a good component of Invenergy, but there's plenty of other areas to work in, and I think it's pretty competitive and it's tough. I mean, engineering's it's a good solid background. The other ones, I think it's great to have some extracurricular experience, but if you don't, try to figure out how to tailor your background in economics to maybe corporate development or finance. I mean, all these renewable energy companies are really big into how to finance projects, how to finance portfolios of projects. There's a lot going on in that space, and if you go to some conferences and you read some papers, you might be in a better position to understand them as an econ major than an engineer, and that's useful. So.
Okay, here's the deal. We promised you a 1-hour event, and we're just a few minutes past that. So before everybody starts heading towards the pizza, give me a couple minutes to make some final remarks. Most importantly, you guys have been awesome. You've been here for an hour and a half, developing the questions, listening to these guys. I'm really, really proud of you and grateful. Thank you for because again, you're putting on a show. It's all being recorded. The second thing is, I think you must know how hard Casey, Lauren, and Graham from the Northwestern Energy and Sustainability Consortium have worked to put this on. And also, not lost on you, I doubt, is the fact that these guys worked a full day and then came here to give an hour. So now would be the time for us to say, give us some applause to say thank you to these guys for doing this. Just a couple other quick points. If you like these types of events, and particularly if you're into econ and policy, we've got 3 more coming up. One at Wisconsin, econ and policy, one at Michigan Ross MBA, and then one that's going to be at Columbia for women in renewable energy. So you'll see them on the website. Get a hold of me. There's plenty more coming. You've got a really cool career fair, I believe, right, Lauren and Casey, tomorrow night. Hopefully everybody knows about that. If not, find Casey and Lauren. This is who's sponsoring it.
It's at noon to 4 p.m. at the North Center.
There you go. And I guess the final thing is, as you can tell, I am really excited about what we're doing. One of the things I want to do is to find a way to take the content, the recordings and the text that come out of these sessions, and to repackage them so that we can have a national conversation. Get these out on social media, especially Reddit. So if there's anybody who's interested in doing a little bit of like a project internship, just an hour or 2 a week, or somebody who might want to work with me, get a hold of me. And my name's on the handout, and you can find me on the website. Beyond that, it looks like there's lots of pizza left, so go get it. And thank you so much for being here.
On behalf of all of us students, we just wanted to say thank you to all 4 of you guys. Mike, wonderful job as a moderator. Thank you so much for helping the 3 of us out in organizing this and putting this panel together. It's really a team effort, and we just wanted to say thank you, you 3, for coming out despite the crazy rain outside. But we all really enjoyed it. I can speak on behalf of all of us when we say really thank you.